What's up, guys? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I want to break down something with SPY, Tesla, and the overall market. But please note that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And don't forget about the Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposit $1,000 and you're guaranteed 15, not to mention 8.1% APY on uninvested cash for 3 months. Anyways, for Tesla, we're tanking right now alongside SPY and the market. We're actually losing our key EMAs at this 212 area. Tesla's approaching this 210 support. And if that fails us, we'll be looking for 207, then 205. There's clearly more downside potential, in my personal opinion, because of what we're seeing in the broader markets. So you want to be very, very careful at Tesla as we're getting this rejection. The whole market made a very, very bearish move after we got the data. The data was decent overall. It was kind of mixed. Some things were good, some things were so. It wasn't that terrible, and yet the market is dumping because of what these institutions are trying to do. Cyclicals are playing a role. September and October are historically not the best of months during election years. But what was very interesting about the way things moved was how we looked very bullish on Friday. We saw a big pump. We had this range on SPY, and then they basically broke us above the range. So it looked like we were about to start pushing higher. And what did they do? They pushed us higher only to dump us back down. And instead of holding support at 556, they actually dumped us below that. So that's a sign that we're breaking. So we broke above and then we broke below. So pretty crazy stuff. And now it's looking like we're a lot more bearish. So with that being said, we got to try to reclaim 556 tomorrow or by the next 2 days. If we don't reclaim 556, SPY will most likely be coming down to fill this gap, taking us down to 543. That's where I think SPY is heading towards. I think there's another gap as well, all the way down here in the 530s. So I think we're going to be looking for a pullback into the 540s and then eventually the 530s if we don't reclaim 556. We're now looking back to bearish, so it just shows how tricky the market could be. My analysis could change in a flash if the market makes crazy, unexpected moves. Nvda, for example, was trying to hold its 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. Then all of a sudden, it just dumped almost 10%. So it's pretty crazy how this ended up playing out. So instead of bouncing off this support, we lost it. That was a bearish signal. And now that we came down to fill this gap, we're looking for this imbalance. It should take us all the way down to 105, if not lower. So we're continuing to see weakness on Nvda. Bitcoin is still holding support at 57,000, but still looking a little bit weaker. We could dip closer to about the 57,000 area. For others out there, once again, for SPY, we have resistance at 553 and 556. And if we lose that, we're going all the way down to 550, followed by our next support below 550 would take us all the way down to our 200 EMA at 546, not to mention the gap fill at 543. So with the market dumping, this is dragging Tesla down as well. Tesla tried to rally up to about 220. We did get an initial push, only for Tesla to reject. Now we're barely holding the 210 support area. If that fails, we'll be looking for a dip all the way down for that 205 target or below. If we reclaim 212, we're looking for 215. This looks more bearish for now. We pumped only to reject. So here we pumped and rejected, we pumped and rejected, pumped and rejected. And every single one of these rallies is followed by some rejections. So this is not looking too good. This could be an inverse cup and handle that could be forming on Tesla if we continue to dip. So unfortunately, with the risk of the market dipping lower, this could drag Tesla down. So please be very, very prepared for that just to be safe. There is a risk of us dipping below where we currently are. The QQQ is also dipping. We were supposed to hold 468 only to fail. So this is opening the doors for more downside. We look more bearish, of course. When you look at the daily time frame, we were trying to rebound. We got a bullish daily candlestick on Friday, only to give us this big rejection. We filled this first gap already. So we filled one gap, but there's another gap to fill all the way down here in the 450 area. This may continue to dip because of Nvda and many other tech stocks. So just be very careful and mindful of that. Apple is trying to rebound, forming a symmetrical structure only to come short. Now it's dumping, and I think we're going to be hitting 218 very soon. The IWM Russell 2000 has lost its key support off this trend line right over here. So now it's dipping to the next support at 212. If 212 fails us, we're coming down to fill the gap at 208, which looks more bearish. Coinbase is looking more bearish as well. We're going to be looking for a dip back down towards the support. This imbalance will take us down to about 162, so it looks more bearish to me. Amazon was supposed to break past 178 to turn back up. We rejected instead. Now we're looking at 175 as support, and then if that fails us, we're going down to 172. Meta is failing. It was supposed to. I said it was going to consolidate and to watch which way it would break, but instead of breaking stuff, so we lost our 200 EMA at 516. So looking for 506 as our support or lower. So look for a little bit of rejection. Microsoft is rejecting as well. We're going to be looking for basically 405 as our key supports. If that fails us, we're dipping all the way down for 398. So I see the 200 EMA likely coming for more downside. Google's also rejecting if we don't hold above our 200 EMA. I do see this potentially dipping down to about 150, 156. So it looks bearish. The whole market is just tanking right now. That's very ironic because we had bullish signals forming on Friday. So remember, on Friday we were near all-time highs. We were pumping like crazy, followed by this big dump. So it is what it is. The market will do crazy things like that. All we have to do is accept it. SPY is approaching gap support. I think we're about to fill this gap down here. So we're looking bearish, guys. So just be very, very mindful of that. With the market tanking, with SPY dumping, this is dragging Tesla down. Tesla's getting smacked down because of this. And that's why Tesla's going to likely be dipping lower. So please be very mindful of that. If we don't hold above 210, we're going to be looking for a bigger dip, especially going into the later days. So we'll see how things go. Tomorrow we have the JOLTS job report coming out after the market opens at 10 o'clock a.m. tomorrow. So it's going to cause some high volatility. We'll see what that leads to. But so far, the charts have switched to bearish and they're favoring even more downside. Right, guys? I wish that the charts were consistent and all my videos would be consistent, but sometimes the market will do completely unexpected things. So the most important thing about trading is to remember to be adaptive. Sometimes things will not go as planned, but the best thing to do is adjust, keep your heads up, and never give up no matter what. Thank you for listening, guys. Have a great day and peace out.